We do two different types of events. So we do a UK buyer and European buyer forum, and then we also do a US buyer forum. In the events industry, it's all about who you know, the contacts, and keeping up to date with things. Things change so much. So it's all about making sure you know the right people, and how better to do that than come to a networking event. But it's not just meetings, you get to know people over meetings, but also fun afternoon destination experiences, a nice dinner, things like this. So it's really about making sure you meet the right people, but you also get to do it in a fun way. And for the buyers, it's, you're getting to explore a destination as well. That's usually at the top of your list for events. I can't even imagine we would have to print schedules if you didn't put it in an app. And I know we used to do that as a fail-safe because, not everyone is into tech and some people are technophobes. But even, printing schedules will take you at least 3 hours. So if you had to print schedules, that's 3 hours. If you had to get people to sign up for an activity, but somewhere else, and then pull that data, that's another at least a couple hours there. All the features on EventMobi really allows, it frees up time for me to focus on the attendee delegate experience because I don't have to think about the tech. It's in place, the systems are in place. The integration between my bespoke CRM system and EventMobi is amazing. I don't have to cross-check things whenever, for instance, the delegate's no longer coming. We always get changes in the event industry. It just automatically does it in EventMobi. I trust it so much that I don't have to cross-check. I know that the right data is going to be changed. If it's a delegate change, if it's a full cancellation, it's in EventMobi, and I can then work with all the data, send my emails, do what I need to do on the app. So when we use the badge scanning, it's automatically syncing the data with what's in EventMobi. So it will check that person in EventMobi as well as, on our badge system. So again, that's another way it's doing it between those two systems, that when I scan somebody in on the welcome desk and it's via the badge that I know, again, in EventMobi, they're also, they've arrived, because we used to use the on-site tool, the EventMobi on-site tool, and now it's just another way of linking those two systems. Another thing that we have done actually with the badges is that we scan them all back in. Again, the idea with these sustainable badges is it's a circular economy, it has a circular life cycle, it comes back, people don't take them away, they get returned and then they can be used at other events. There's a lifespan of 12 years. So understandably, at the end of an event, it's pretty time critical. So to get all these badges back, then we know in the badge system who's still left to return their badge. And then what EventMobi does is they automatically send a message to the person via the app who hasn't returned their badge to say, you need to return your badge before you go. And again, that's a seamless talking of two systems together, and then to do something that would normally be a manual process of going through who hasn't done it and then sending them a message. I guess we're lucky that the first event was with EventMobi, but that's not to say it hasn't changed and grown and evolved so much since then. We use the email marketing campaign function as well now with EventMobi, whereas we used to send mail merge Word documents. I think the new features that come out, I did never really envision, very often I won't go to EventMobi with the problem. The solution will just be presented to me as oh, I know you normally struggle with this, actually you can do it with us. And I'm oh, I wasn't even thinking that was something I could do with you guys. The comms, for instance, I was going to maybe go to a different system and then design my comms that way. That's what our marketing person does. But to be able to do it in the EventMobi system where I'm already pulling through my attendee delegates, they're already sorted into the categories, which is what I need to decide what comms goes to who. It kind of is every time just a new feature comes out that I'm I can use that, that's great. And then I think of other ways I can do it and things like that. So, whether it is that, email campaign function, it's the badge scanning function, it's loads of things like that just come up that you guys are, you're very good at coming up with solutions for things. And then I'm oh, because you work with event planners, you know what I mean? They will highlight things to you hey, let's do this. And then suddenly it becomes a feature for everyone. The EventMobi features really save me hundreds of hours that I can then spend thinking about the attendee and delegate experience, especially in a creative way. So for instance, in Stockholm, like I said, I can think about how to encourage people to do activities in a fun, creative way that is different than I've seen at any of our events, at the meeting space especially.